Alright guys, we're going to do the front fork oil today. Get the bike up on the center stand. Put some weight on the back, strap down the back. You got to keep the front wheel in the air. Okay. So we're going to have to pull the front wheel, but you're going to need a 15, a 13, an 8, and then your 14 to pull that front wheel. And I believe it's a 12 to pull this caliper off as well. So I'm going to set you guys up and go ahead and do that. Alright, we're going to pull the front wheel off. Get these sockets off here so they don't fall. I take my wrench and I put it on the nut side. And I'm using an impact gun to make it faster for the video. Okay, front wheel is off. Set that out of the way. Side. Come back with our 17. Buzz the top bolt off. Set that to the side. Flip this around here. Pull the 13, and then it'll also have the brake line clamp on it. Set that there. Come back. Zip the other brake line clamp off. And then grab our 12. And I'm going to grab a little bungee cord, just so it's not pulling on the line. Okay. Wrap it around the handlebars, just so you're not putting that bunch of extra pressure on your brake line. We will be replacing this, but not this minute. Okay. Everything is loose. There's a bunch of grease on that. Pop that off. Okay, so we're going to take our 17, put it back up here, give it a couple threads in, and grab a hammer. This is what's referred to as a dead blow. It's got sand in it. I'm just going to whack that fork, get it loose, make sure you thread it in enough where it's not going to mess up or booger up any of these threads. Set that back down. The fork will slide right out. Alright, I'm going to take us over to the table and we'll get this all set. Okay. So, we have it wrapped, double wrapped in a towel, tightly secured in a vise. You're going to have to hold it if you don't have a vise. And this is a 22. Busted free. Tie dirty threads. Wipe it all off with a towel. As you can see, it does not go through. Set that to the side. We got our measuring cup here. We're going to loosen it off of the vise. Set our towel to the side. And keep a preference on, or an eye on which way that spring goes. So you see, there's a little bit of space no space. This goes to the bottom of the fork. No space goes to the bottom of the fork. And we're going to set that on the towel to the side and just kind of pump it a little bit. You can also drain it through the bottom here, but a lot of people have issues when they do it that way. And just let it drain for a little bit. I'm going to pause and I'll come back for the next step. Okay, as you can see, calls for somewhere between 100 milliliters, which is the left side, and 4 ounces, which is the right, somewhere between. But that's all that was in there. And that's one fork. I'm going to go ahead and pause, do the other fork real quick. I'll bring you back, show you how much fluid was in both of them, and then I'll show you the filling process. Alright, I decided to bring you guys with me here. For the simple fact of this side's a little easier. You just got to cut the zip tie that holds your Speedo. When you put the front fender on, it actually has a slot to hold your Speedo cable here. It'll hold it, depending on if you ordered one from Luke, it'll hold it up here. Or if you mount it in the stock spot, it'll mount it down here. Either or. But, I'm going to go ahead and get this one buzzed off real quick. Once again, this bolt right here is a 13. I'm sure I'm going backwards. And there is a lock washer on, or a lock, yeah, washer. That to the side over here. Get that off, and then grab our 17 and buzz the top one off. Okay, and there is a flat washer there. So we'll set our drill back to the side, our impact. See if we can wiggle. Look at that. That one wiggled right out. So set your bolts in the orientation. Now we're going to go back to the table, double wrap this in a towel, break this free. It's a 22 millimeter nut. And as you can see, it does not go through. That's just recessed for that top cap that holds it to your steering arm. Or triple tree, top part of the triple tree. Tightening, loosening. Well, I was going to show you guys that I struggle too, but this one's loose. So, the other side was pretty damn tight. Maybe it just doesn't like the impact. Don't lose your O-ring. It's supposed to be down here. I'm going to try to pull this out and show you. So you see as it comes out, get you guys closer here. As you can see, it comes out. There's spacing. No spacing as you get to the bottom. Alright. So that's the level for one fork. With flushing it out with a little bit of PB Blaster, it's less than 50. So we're going to see what's in the second one. There's some in there. Nowhere near enough. That does not look like the right color. Ugh. So, take a little bit of PB Blaster. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a lubricant. Just get it up in there and try to flush it out a little bit. That's both forks and fleshing it out. Okay, so this is the shifter side. Remember, no spacing, a little bit of spacing towards the top. It's a progressive spring. So I like to do 4 ounces. It's not going to take all 4. And I'm a heavy guy, as you guys can tell. So I use this stuff. It's 40 weight. And then I also use 20 weight. Everybody seems to love the 20 weight. Yeah, we're just going to go 20 weight. No 40 weight in this one. If I have to take it back apart and redo it, I will. That's all it takes. 4 ounces. You just pour it in real slow. You can work your fork if you need to a little bit. And it's not going to take the full 4 ounces. At least the last set of forks I did didn't. Pause you when I'm done. Okay, so once again, I'm proven wrong. It took pretty much all of that's 4 ounces. The last one would not. So it's 100 milliliters to 4 ounces is what everybody recommends. I'm just going to go with the 4 ounces because that's, I mean, not even enough for this bike. But that's what everybody recommends. I like to give it a few minutes just to let it burp all the air out of the system. And I just got it off of Amazon. 20 weight anti-foaming. Okay, so that's all topped up. No more air's coming out. No, there's some as I speak. Okay, so you put that in. You're gonna have to push down and start turning to the right. And just wipe the excess off. Okay, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so it's all topped off, screwed together. Set your ratchet. Make sure you're holding it tight. And just this way, hold your bar with a rag and just kind of jostle it enough where it's hopefully tight enough. And you shouldn't have to worry about leaking because it's on the top. You didn't take the bottom out, which is up in there if you really want to try. I don't. But there you go. You just did a fork.